Desert City here. Last episode I had my mic muted, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you view it. But we are back today, early morning stream out here, nice and sunny. Look at that. I've changed up the controls a little bit to make it more effective, and we're gonna be testing them out by going out when it's nice out, and we're going to be running some circuits, some traffic patterns. So let's go ahead and get the plane booted up here. All right, fuel valves open. Give it some mixture. A little bit of throttle. We've already ran our checks. We do not need to prime it. This thing is good to go. Go ahead and get our lights going. We do not need taxi lights. All right. Parking brake is still on. We can go ahead and... Oh, not yet. Let's flick our battery in our alternator. Of course, we want to turn our transponder 2 on. We're going to be attempting to use the ATC comms today. Bring up ATC. Let's go ahead and get the ATIS. Should be a rather nice day, although a little chilly.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf Automated Weather Observation 1600 Zulu. Wind 261 at Niner. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 2C dew point. Minus 2C altimeter tree 017.
Look at that. Slightly
Kilo
above
Alpha
freezing.
Whiskey Golf Automated Weather Observation 1.
Go ahead and turn that on off. So they said the altimeter was 3017, which is a ways up. We need to set that. You can usually tell when your altimeter is off because we know that Washington, Iowa sits at about 750 feet. Just assume 800 for our safety. 3017. What else did they say? They said the wind was coming out of 261 at 9. That means it's coming out of 26 and it's going into about 12, give or take. Oh no, that's way off. 26. It'd be coming into from 26 to 7. 26 to 7. That means we want to take off into it. So, we're going to attempt to learn, while we're running these circuits, these numbers, because I've set up my comms on my... I set the comms to quick link on the Thrustmaster HOTAS 4 here. So if I click my buttons right, I will no longer have to worry about cursor mode, theoretically. One, two, three, 4, 5, 7, 8. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Select a runway. So we want to take off into the wind. Something near 26. Doesn't really work so great with us, does it? It's definitely going to be runway 18, it looks like. take a look and see what we're dealing with here. Just where is runway 18? Runway 18 rather. It's the big one. Alright, it's going to be a simple taxi. We're going to get this thing up and going eventually. Take a right over here, and we're going to hook all the way down to the end of this runway, do U-turn, and then we're going to take on off. And we're going to be flying traffic patterns. This is 18 and the wind is blowing 26. Everything is off slightly to a bit of an angle here. I think we can make it work. So we go ahead and yell out, clear prop. Hey pal, you might want to stand clear, my friend. Clear prop. Nice. So we got the plane up and running. We know what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be flying around. We're gonna take off, fly to the left, fly on downwind here alongside the runway. We're gonna fly down, hook back in, set up a final, and we're gonna land. And we're gonna do a couple laps. We're gonna do some touch and goes. It's important to train those. Set the view again. Mixture is good. Let's go ahead and get ATC. We're going to request runway 18. Time currently is, in local time, 10:43 a.m. Good, quite honestly, I might. The flight may just wait a quick second. I may indeed grab me a quick little bite to eat. Just 1 second. Okay, and we return. We have some water, important for a flight. Well, things should be good for our taxi. We have enough gas to go. Let's go ahead and get permission. Currently, the time is 10:45.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is taxiing to runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Alright, let's close that. Alright, so we'd go ahead and tell these people to get on out of the way. Let's see if we can't avoid them. We're gonna just very slowly remove the parking brake. Pardon me, sir, pardon me. Oh, watch out there for... Nice. Managed to avoid him. Let's go ahead and get back on the yellow line here. Throttle is reeled back. So to get to runway 18, we're going to go ahead and take a right here, and we're going to taxi all the way down the runway. I don't know what is going on today. There's a bunch of psychos at this airport. Pardon me, good sir. Let's reel our throttle back so we don't slam into this guy. Alright. Let's get back on that yellow line. Give a little bit of gas here. It's important when you're turning, you don't want to go above 5 knots. So we have the forecast. We're good to go. The camera is set about perfect, although it feels like I may want to adjust it ever so slightly. I know it's daytime, but let's go ahead and switch our landing lights on. So, the hold short, this is the hold short point. We already have clearance for runway 18. Glance to the left, glance to the right, just to be sure. Slow things down while we take the turn. Alright. Alrighty then. So, we have a nice, pleasant taxi in front of us. Let's take a look at the windsock here. What are we working with? Nothing great, that's for sure. It really is a total crosswind. It may even be better to attempt to take off into the it might be better to attempt to request this runway. Let's slow things down. Just so we can work with our EFB here. You know what? Let's go ahead and request runway 13. Bring up our taxi. I think it's 6.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima 9er Tree 9er. Taking off runway 18. North departure. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
We do not want a north departure. Let's go ahead and correct that. We want a remain in pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima 9er Tree 9er. Taking off runway 18. Right close traffic. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Oh, we're actually staying in right close traffic. I thought we were going to be doing a left circuit. Let's go ahead and again zoom on out. So yeah, we're going to turn around, take off, head to the right, head downwind, take a right, come back and form a nice little rectangle there. That should be our nice little, oh, here's our turn here, set us on up. We've had some dastardly comms communication, but we are going to announce our takeoff intention one more time. Let's give ourselves some nice rudders here. Turn your yoke the opposite way of your rudders. That way your plane doesn't blow on over. Alright, stop things here. Just hit that brake. Parking brake, just to be sure. No throttle, cut the throttle. Full mix. Altimeter is set. Little bit of glare this morning. I used to flying at night, so there's this glare here. Alright, things are looking good. One more time, we're going to announce our takeoff intent.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic, Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima 9er Tree 9er, taking off runway 18. Right close traffic, Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Here we go. We are actually going to cut this back because we do not have our trim set. We don't necessarily need trim. We'll hit that. We don't necessarily need it, but it does help a lot. We'll just auto trim up to about 1. We don't need any flaps, but that trim is going to make a big difference. Let's go. Release. Full throttle. Let's go. So this thing rotates at about 45 knots, 55 knots. We should have rotation. Let's go ahead and slowly lift the nose off here. Gonna want to stay rather close to the ground to build some speed. So let's climb to 1,500 feet, and then we will take a right. Climbing, 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 climbing. Give it some rudders here. We're getting blown off course. We're going to climb to 1,500 feet here. Oh, we're climbing a little too steep. That's the stall horn. So we need to watch our airspeed here. 1,500 feet. That signals we can turn. Get into the downwind here. Alright, let's go ahead and... It's a little sloppy. Let's locate the airfield out of our right. We've been in the base long enough, or the crosswind here. Boom, downwind, downwind, alright. Level off, drop some trim. You can stay under 2,000 here. We're going to slow our throttle down. Bring up our, see where we are. We're looking good. There we are. Like a pirate. It's not until the back third quarter of the field that we're going to really want to start dropping altitude. Reset that. Bring up this. We need to be talking, so... Announce position. Here we go. Oh, what a steep drop. Unfortunately, comms might kill us right now. Let's drop the comms and focus a little more on what we're dealing with here. So we actually need to go a little further down. We're going to reel back the throttle though, because we're gaining a lot of speed. Pop the comms back up. We're going to announce position.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic, Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima 9er Tree 9er, 2 miles southeast, 1600, inbound touch and go, left traffic, runway 18, Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
We're going to assume that 5 is base.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic,
Downwind.
Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima
Gotcha.
9er Tree 9er is on downwind, runway 18, Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic, Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima 9er Tree 9er is on base, runway 18, Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
So we were on base. Rather, we're quite lost. There's the field. So we need to go from where we are to final. We're losing speed. Give ourselves a little bit of throttle. This is currently base. So we're going to turn in from base to final announce.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is on final. Runway 18. Touch and go. Left traffic. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Give ourselves a degree of flaps. Peek on over here to help with our landing. Just give ourselves rudders. We're doing good. Let's continue to drop. How fast are we dropping? Not too fast, I hope. Pull back even more on the throttle. Let's give ourselves a second degree of flaps here. Coming in for a mighty crosswind. Here we go. Bring in that third degree of flaps. Honestly, we don't need it. Let's just go ahead and stay crab even. Keep our wings nice. Whip that rudder. Get nice and level there. Nose up. Brakes. Oh god. We're in some real shit now. We hit the lights. They're not going to be happy about that, not one bit. Well, as these are touch and goes, we're going to go ahead and get back on that runway and go again. Switch our view here. Reset it. Lift those flaps. Trim up. Full throttle. What's the trim at? Showed, got it. Trims it 2 down. Awful takeoff, awful takeoff. We're having trim issues here. Reset the view. Trim down. We're not going too crazy here. Let's ascend to 1,500 feet. Let's see if we can't do it again. We're going to attempt to give ourselves some comms.
Chicago Center. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is type Cessna 152. 1 miles east of Tree India Alpha 0, 1300. Request flight following.
Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner. Chicago.
Squawk 4471. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner.
So, yeah, we meant to not call Chicago, that's for sure. Hey, Ham Radio Kid says 6. Shout out to my friend Ham Radio Kids. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a good morning. Let's go ahead and reel back our throttle a little bit. We need to locate the airfield here. We're in the crosswind, which means we need to turn downwind. We need to acknowledge first off.
Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima.
Roger. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner.
There it is. We're downwind now. Reel back on the throttle just a little bit. Contact the nearest airport list. Washington Municipal. There we go. That's us. We're on runway 18, so let's select that. This is going to be a touch and go. Downwind.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is on downwind. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Slow things down here. How are we? We're a little too high. We actually need to lose some of this altitude. Drop that throttle, drop the speed, and trim on down. So we need to go quite the ways. Let's find a landmark here. How far down are we going to go? I like the idea of going 2 blocks, so we're going to go past these trees down here, and then we're going to start turning into base. Let's reset that.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is on downwind. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
I am on the downwind, that's still true. Okay, we're gonna turn into base now. Give ourselves a little bit of throttle though.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is on base. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
This is where we bring in a degree of flaps. Alright, let's reset our view here. We'll keep that degree of flaps out. So we need to turn hard into it because we're getting really blown offline here. We should be doing these a lot tighter and closer to the airfield, but you know, this is how you learn. This is how you learn. Our speed is good. Once we turn from base, what we're on, to final, we'll bring in our next second degree of flaps. Look at that. That house has a track in their backyard. That's cool. I accidentally keep raising these flaps. Let's change our view here. This is where we switch on over to final and bring in our next degree of flaps.
Kilo
Final.
Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is on final. Runway 18. Touch and go. Left traffic. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
I want to go full idle now. Okay, full flaps here. Coming in just a little slow. We're coming in way too slow here. Give it some throttle. Give it a lot of throttle. Raise 1 degree of flaps. Cut the throttle. Rudders in. Brakes. Once again, just slightly to the left of the runway. Let's see if we can avoid those lights, huh? Let's not wipe out the rest of the lights. Okay, here, back to the runway. Supposed to be a touch and go. Let's go. Trim up, shit high, full throttle. Camera back. Trim up, nose high. drop some trim. We're not trying to go too crazy here. At most, we want like a 10-degree angle. Give it some rotors. Get back online. Yep, see, we're not able to build speed. We need to drop, we need to raise these flaps. There we go, let's ascend. 1,500 feet, drop a little trim. Contact ATC. Nearest airport list. Washington Municipal. Select the runway. Runway 18. Touch and go.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima 9er Tree 9er is on crosswind. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Where's the field? There it is. We're on the crosswind. Let's go ahead and keep our crosswind short. You're not supposed to have a long crosswind. Maybe like 2 4-second max. We need to turn downwind. Cut the throttle a little bit. Stay under 2. Contact. Let them know.
Kilo Alpha
Downwind.
Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima 9er Tree 9er is on downwind. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Take a look. There it is. We are on downwind. We can use this highway below us as guidance. We want to drop the trim a little, cut the throttles just a bit, slow things down. Once you approach that back third quarter quadrant, you'll want to start your descent. Cut our throttle, slow things down. We're not trying to go too fast here. We're not trying to descend too crazy neither. Keep the descent above that 10. And that's going to be our turn point. This next upcoming road. Do we want to use the lake? Let's go one more block down. Bring in that first degree of flap. Steady ourselves as we turn in. Let's announce. Base.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima 9er Tree 9er is on base. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
So give ourselves a little bit of throttle so we don't stall out here. Stay parallel to this road. Stay parallel. We're gonna ride it. Begin our turn on into final. Let's announce final.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima 9er Tree 9er is on final. Runway 18. Touch and go. Left traffic. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Give yourselves one more degree of flaps as we reel back. Let's lean over, see what we're looking at. There we go. This should be our speed. All we need to do is adjust and make sure that we are crabbed at a good angle. Ever so slightly pull back on the throttle because the lights say we're good. The lights say we're hot. Pull it back. Third degree of flaps. make sure we don't stall on out here. Give it some throttle here. Nose up, nose up. We're gonna rudder in so we don't turn sideways. Hit them brakes. Not as bad, not as bad. Slow things down here. Stop. Let's take a look at our trim. Trim's been fucking us up. Bring the trim up to 1. Let's reset our cam. Alright. Drop the parking brake. Let's get up. Lift them flaps. Here we go. Adjust our view back to the center. Once we hit 55, we're gonna get rotation. There we go. Lift that nose up. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, Chirajit, the car P4K says hi. Hello, my friend. I hope you're having a good day. It's a beautiful day here in Washington, Iowa. Slightly above freezing. I hope it's a warm one there for you as well. We're going to go ahead and climb to about 1,500 feet here. We are slowly getting blown off course, so we need to slow our ascent. There we are. Let's bring up our comms again. Get Washington, Iowa on the horn. Washington, Iowa. Tune to traffic. Select a runway. Oh, we contacted the wrong place. We need to contact Washington Municipal. Select a runway. Runway 18. It's going to be a full stop. We're at 2,000 feet. We need to turn on in. Slow. Let's not slow things down yet. Let's drop some trim. There we are. We do need to slow things down here a little bit. Drop a little bit more of that trim. Looks like we actually flew a little too far left this time. Anyways, this is going to be a touch and go. Let's announce touch and go. We are on the downwind.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is on downwind. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Since we're dealing with winds, we're going to tilt our nose a little bit here. Which plane am I flying? This is the Cessna 152. It is the lightweight one. I like it for its analog controls. We're doing a roleplay run too, so we're just starting out. So I like this for the cheap plane. We'll take a quick look from the outside. Fantastic plane. Absolutely adore it. The Miata of the skies. So we'll look to our left. We're going to go ahead and keep things a little tighter this time. We're going to go between the lake and the next block over. Let's not lose too much speed too fast here. We'll drop a couple points of trim. We need to announce that we're entering base.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is on base. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
No need to turn much steeper than a 10-degree turn here. We are losing altitude. We need to be losing speed as well, so we'll pull back on that throttle a little bit. Let's stay even with this highway. That's going to keep us on track. Okay, base and downwind don't last that long. This is where we bring in a degree of flaps and we announce final.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner. 2 miles south. 1100. Inbound touch and go. Left traffic. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
We missed that call for final.
Kilo
We
Alpha
announced
Whiskey
position.
Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is on final. Runway 18. Touch and go. Left traffic. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
On this one, we may be coming in slightly hot, but you know what? It looks like we're actually on bound for the runway. It may be a little to the left. Whip those rudders here. Nice. Hit the brakes. Lift the flaps. Trim it up. Let's get back up in the air. Hey, he says, good landing, thank you. That was not the worst landing we have had. Yep, so far that's been our third circuit. We're going to be doing a couple of them today. We're going to be doing them for maybe an hour or two. Best way to get better is to do it until you don't suck no more, right? So eventually we'll get there. Let's trim up a little bit. Now we know what we're looking for. We want to hit 1,500 before we hit that, before we hit the track here to the left. Reel back just a little bit. That's going to be our turn point. Coming on up to the track. Turn on in here. Let's watch our turn so we don't turn too heavy. There we go. Nice and level. Get back in the comms. We need to get those going. We are on upwind.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is on upwind. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Drop comms. This is our road right here. Downwind.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is on downwind. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
We can ascend to as high as 2,000 feet, but we don't want to go too high, so let's drop some of that trim. Hey, 244 subs. I only have 9. Well, everyone make sure to check out Chira G the Car P49. Shout out to my friend. What kind of content do you make, brother? Just get out there. Oh, we're a little too high. We need to drop some trim. Get out there and put what you make. Put it out there, and the world will see it. I'm not super great at much of anything, but you know, you put it out there and stick with it. We're all gonna make it, right? Hell yeah. Let's slow things down. We're going a little too fast. We're gonna turn as well. Turn from downwind into base.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is on base. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Last time we turned just a little bit too early, so we're gonna go beyond the lake. Chira G says thanks. Never give up. Hell yeah. That's what's up, my man. Hope you're having a great day. We're gonna go ahead and take our turn right here. Let's use this winding road as our path. We need to be sure we're not losing altitude too fast. So let's pull back on the throttle because I want to get some flaps going. There we go. We'll level out flight. Slow things down, nose it up a little. Come on, we're going just too fast for flaps. There we go. Turn from base to final. We need to go not below 800 feet. Announce final.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is on final. Runway 18. Touch and go. Left traffic. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Let's give ourselves a bit of throttle. can already hear from the engine that we're starting to bog down a little bit. Okay, level out those wings. Give one more degree of flaps here. Cut the throttles. Looking good. Let's adjust our trajectory. We need to go to the left. Keep it even. Keep it even. The lights say we're good. Whip those rudders. Gonna want to cut that throttle and whip them rudders. You do not want to land sideways if possible, so nice and head on. Throttle up. Trim up. Flaps up. Let's go. Let's do it again. .45 rotation. Let's go. Drop a little bit of trim. We don't want to climb too crazy. We need to get Washington on the horn. Here's Washington Municipal. Tune to KAWG. Let's climb. Hey, welcome back, Chipper G. Select a runway for landing. Runway 18. This is going to be a touch and go. 1, 2, 3. I am back. Hell yeah. Welcome back, my friend. We are on the crosswind.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is on crosswind. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Need to keep climbing. We're at 1,500. Okay, the crosswind doesn't last long at all. We need to immediately start turning from crosswind into downwind. There we go. There we go. Our road right there is to the left this time. Means we're doing a lot better. Announce
Kilo Alpha
downwind.
Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is on downwind. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Slow things down here. Slow things down. We're above 1,500, but below 2,000. A lot better. We are still on a mighty downwind. Slightly drifting to the left, I suppose. Our heading should be south on the compass. Here we go. Cut the throttle. We're in the back third, fourth quadrant. Drop the trim. It's important to go far enough downwind that you have room to hit base and final. So we're gonna make sure to use that lake. Hope we're not getting too high. The trim. Cut that trim. Number 1, let's go. Hell yeah, number 1. Alright, we need to start slipping over into base immediately. Let's announce base. Thank you for watching, my friend. Normally we don't do the stream so early in the morning, but yeah, I got up early today. More of a night flyer. But you gotta get your practice in when it's daylight. Cut that throttle. We need to start losing altitude here. Cut the throttle, bring in the degree of flaps. We're going to turn into final and announce it. Don't announce final till you're on final.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is on final. Runway 18. Touch and go. Left traffic. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
We're losing altitude just a little faster than I'd like. Slowly reel off the throttles. We only need 2 degrees of flaps. We don't really need 3. We don't need all this speed. Let's reel it back. We're having a rough nose down attitude. Let's tip our nose upwards. Level those wings out. Bring the rudders in. Hit the brakes, hit the brakes. We're going offline. There we go. It's important to, when you give rudders, you have to turn your yoke the opposite direction or you're going to get blown over. Bit of a rough one there. Let's go ahead and hit the parking brake. Let's check out our trim. What are we trimmed at? 0.2. Back up 2. Hit the 1 trim. Let's announce. We are going to take off. We're not going to taxi. Take off. Remain in the pattern.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner. Taking off runway 18. Left closed traffic. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
We're good to go. Let's get back out there. Raise those flaps. There's the speed we need to rotate. We'll start climbing. As long as we don't climb too steep, we should be fine. Contact Washington Municipal. Select the runway. Runway 18. This is going to be a touch and go.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niners on upwind. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Upwind. Climb to 1,500.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niners on upwind. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Crosswind.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niners on crosswind. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Boom.
Kilo Alpha
Downwind.
Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niners on downwind. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Drop trim. Slow things down. Alright, there's our road to the left of us. Okay. Which means there should be our runway to the right of us. Okay. Adjust that trim a little bit down. Drop the trim, drop the trim. There it is, that back third quadrant. You can actually see a line where it says. So that's where we're going to start losing altitude, slowing things down even more. Alright, let's look for our signs out the right window. Whoa, geez, we're really losing something there. Give ourselves a bit of trim so that we're not so nose down, huh? There's a degree of flaps to keep us going. We're going to turn into base.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niners on base. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
We're probably going to go to about the lake, and then we'll begin our turn into final. 1 degree of flaps. Attitude is decent. We're still above 1,500, so we're actually going to drop the trim to descend a little faster. There we are, 1,500. Cut the throttles. Announce final.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is on final. Runway 18. Touch and go. Left traffic. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Cut the throttles. That's 2 degrees of flaps. Change our view so we're leaning over. Let's get our descent. 200. 100. Cut the throttles. Get nice and level. Get online. Watch those wings. Hit those brakes. Let the flaps. Trim it up. Get on up. We're sending a little too hard, a little too fast. Adjust our view. Trim down. There we go. Trim back up. Trim back up. Let's keep going. Keep climbing. That's about the optimum rate of climb right there. Let's get on the comms. We need to get Washington, Iowa back in the horn.
Kilo
Upwind.
Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is on upwind. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
There it is. There's the track. That means we need to turn from upwind into crosswind.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is on crosswind. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
1, 2. It doesn't need to last long. We need to start turning into downwind.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is on downwind. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
We could have stayed just a little longer, but let's pull back on the throttle. See if below us is right. That's good. We want to be just at the end of the... We don't want to be overflying this next runway, but we're doing good, keeping it a lot tighter. Speed's under control. We're gaining altitude, and that's okay. As long as we don't go above 2,000 feet. That's what's important. And we're going to stay downwind. We're going to stay downwind for a while. There we go. Wait until that back third quadrant again. That back third quadrant is when we're going to start losing all our altitude and speed. It's coming up below us. If you'll see this street to the left, I believe that's where it is. So there it is. Let's cut the speed. Dip our nose down. Cut that throttle, cut that throttle. Hey, car to our left, look at him. This next street over is where we turn over. We're going to announce it. Turn it
Kilo
into base.
Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is on base. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Going to get a degree of flaps. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't last long. Turn in from base to final. And announce. Oh, we're going to be staying in base a while longer. got the second degree of flaps. We need to give ourselves a little throttle so that we make it.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is on final. Runway 18. Touch and go. Left traffic. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Switch that attitude. Going ever so slightly too fast. We need to start drifting to the left as well. Cut those throttles. Let's keep the nose up here. There we go. Tilt that nose up. Start wheezing on the rudders. There we go. Level her out. Hit them brakes. Hit the brakes, hit the brakes. Flaps up. Trim up. Adjust your view. Trim up, trim up. Full throttle. Let's go. We're trimmed just a little too high. Trim up. Let's get back on the horn. Let's go. Here's the airport. Washington Municipal. Runway 18. Touch and go.
Kilo
Upwind.
Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is on upwind. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
We're climbing, we're doing good. Let's go from upwind to crosswind.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is on crosswind. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
There we go, on the crosswind. 1, 2, let's turn downwind.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is on downwind. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Cut your throttles, drop your trim. There we go. Let's level out. Level out. We can keep climbing a little more. We're at 1,500. Drop a couple points of trim. We don't want to go below 1,500, however, so go back on the throttles, maybe even a little more, huh? There's our landmark on the left coming up. Alright, this is where we turn, or at least not where we turn, where we start slowing down. We can drop our trim a little bit. That back third quadrant is where we want to get into flap territory. Here it comes on our right. Where's the lake? There it is. That's this street here to the left. So now it's a base.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is on base. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Cut throttles. Bring in a degree of flaps. We're gonna stay on this road here. We need to go a little further. A wee bit further now. Difficult to judge, but that's about good for us. We can go ahead and announce final.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is on final. Runway 18. Touch and go. Left traffic. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Coming in too hot, it says, so pull back on the throttle. Looks like we're about perfect here. Well, we're actually coming in too slow, the lights say. That's just fine with us. Turn. Brakes. Lift the flaps. Zoom out, see the big picture. Throttle up. Get the trim up. There we go. 55. Back up, back up. Contact our comms.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima 9er Tree 9er. Taking off runway 18. Left closed traffic. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Alright, we're going from right closed traffic to left closed traffic. Let's go ahead and see what we can do. Runway 18. It's gonna be a touch and go.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima 9er Tree 9er is on upwind. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
We need to keep building speed because we're actually going rather slow. We need to tilt our nose down. The track to our left. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and start turning immediately. Tilt the nose down, pull back on our throttles.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima 9er Tree 9er is on crosswind. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
We're on the downwind now.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima 9er Tree 9er is on downwind. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Let's peek over the nose here and look at the situation we're looking down there. We can still see the road that we're going to want to turn on. It's where it curves to the left. That's where we're going to want to hook to the left. So 1,500, not quite time to dip below. Not quite time yet. Now it is. Now we can start losing altitude here. Lose altitude. Reel back on the speed. We need to make sure we get a good enough downwind here. We're going to hook.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima 9er Tree 9er is on base. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Downwind to base. Give ourselves flaps. Maintain this 10-degree turn. There's our leg. Keep it in until final. Now it's final.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima 9er Tree 9er is on final. Runway 18. Touch and go. Left traffic. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Here we go. Cut the throttle, cut the throttle. We don't want to go above 80. That's not safe for the flaps. Nose up there. Lose some of that speed. Might be coming in way too high here. Bleed off that speed by hovering above the ground here. Rudders. There we go. Hit that brake. we're not going to make the touch and go here. Let's slow things down. Announce a taxi. Contact.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is taxiing to runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
How embarrassing. We did just overshoot just a little. When you hit those rudders, you gotta make sure to turn that yoke the opposite direction. So, as we rudder to the right, we turn the yoke to the left, and vice versa. Nice. Let's see. How long have we been practicing for? Feels like forever. It's been about 5 circuits. View the channel. Let's take a look at our stream. Blue? Hey, there it is. An hour. Nice. Alright. It was originally our plan to do about an hour of circuits, give or take. So let's announce. We're going to taxi to Parkway, actually.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoot Sierra Alpha Lima Niner Tree Niner is taxiing to parking. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Being an absolute menace out here on the runways, but it's not like anyone's going to land. Vroom, vroom. Alright, let's go. Yeah, been a decent bit of practice. We could see a little bit of improvement. If I had more attention span, I'm sure I'd stick to it and get a little better. But later today, we'll be having a flight to Iowa City, or maybe even Cedar Rapids lined up. Yeah, eventually, the goal is to put some more hours into this here Cessna. And eventually, we're going to upgrade to the Piper, get a more powerful craft. And, well, our last run... Well, nice. Alright, our last run actually ended in the Rockies, because I have no experience in the mountains. So we're going to be flying down to the Ozarks and eventually to the Appalachian Mountains. Let's go ahead and turn our lights off. Alright, that's our lights off. Our mixture has been cut. Magnetos are off. That's your battery and alternator. Good. Turn our transponders off for now. Alright, close the fuel valve. We will be, I'm going to be leaving the game open. We're going to be going for that flight here later. So, tune in later to Snoot City. Thanks for joining for the practice, and we got a real flight lined up for later today. Washington, Iowa to Iowa City, and possibly Cedar Rapids. Yeah, hey, this has been Snoot City. Have a great day, everyone. Snoot City out.